शुरू करते हैं बिना किसी बकचोदी के।
Hello guys, imagine a world where the smartwatch on your wrist never ran out of the charge because it uses your body sweat to recharge itself. We all know that there are many different methods of producing electricity like hydropower, solar power, wind power, coal and even nuclear power. But what if I say that you can generate electricity from your body sweat?
मजा आया।
Yes, it is possible to generate power from your body sweat and it can be used to charge your electronic wearable devices and some other sensors also. Interesting, right? Engineers from the University of California has created a tiny strip which it can be worn on a fingertip that generates a little amount of energy when a person's finger starts sweating or presses on it. And one of the greatest features of this sweat powered gadget is that it continuously produces power even while the person is sleeping or taking rest. And another surprising thing is that researchers are making it possible to use it to generate energy while doing things like typing, texting, playing the piano or any other activities. So a question may arise in your mind that why did they make this device only for the fingertips? The majority of the device energy comes from the fingertip, which functions as 24-hour sweat factories. Surprising to the most people, the fingers are the sweatiest organs with over thousands of sweat glands per fingertip. They have the capacity to produce 100 to 1000 times more sweat than any other parts of the body. Then how does this gadget works? This device is a thin and flexible strip that like a band-aid and can be wrapped around the fingertip and then sweat is absorbed and it transforms into electric energy by a padding made of carbon foam electrodes. Here, the enzymes on the electrodes involve in chemical interactions between the sweat's lactate and outer oxygen molecules to produce the electricity. Here, a chip called piezoelectric material is placed near the electrodes and when it is pressed, it produces the electrical energy.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
What is this piezoelectric material? If you have ever used a cigarette lighter or turned on a gas burner, then you have used the piezoelectricity. To say it in the simple words, piezoelectric materials that have the ability to generate electric charge from applied mechanical stress. And then the person sweats or presses on the strip, electrical energy gets stored in a small capacitor and it is discharged to other devices when it is needed. Did you know? As a part of research, a participant engaged in a leisure time activities, the researchers had them wear the gadget on one fingertip. And after sleeping for 10 hours, researchers noticed the gadget gathered over 400 millijoules of energy, which is sufficient to run an electronic wristwatch for 24 hours. See, this is just from only one fingertip. Imagine strapping devices on the rest of the fingertips and it would generate 10 times more energy. This latest energy technology is especially unique in its way. It might be used as a power source whenever and wherever it is needed. It does not set the restrictions as, for example, solar cells, which can only function in the presence of light, or thermoelectric generators, which can only function in the conditions when there is a significant temperatures. So finally, the upcoming wearable gadgets may depend on the producing electricity from the body sweat.